That's right, we survived 2020, and now on to bigger and better things. 2021. Please be better. First, I want to apologize to all my viewers. In making this bullet journal spread, I made so many mistakes that I'll point out to you, so you'll notice and not make the same mistakes that I did. Hopefully, it won't be an indicator of the new year. For my January quote page, I liked the Jean-Paul Sartre quote, "Read a poem in January is lovely as to go for a walk in June." I drew a poetry book open under the word poem, snowflakes around the word January, a sun around the word June, and footprints under the word walk. I think this makes it a very pretty spread, and I like the colors that I chose. Also, I wanted to introduce my theme for the month of January, and that is the game Among Us. Using simple designs can sometimes bring your page a little bit of life. The Among Us characters are pretty simple and look kind of tooth-like with their rounded head and 2 feet below, and most of the time carrying a backpack and having their eyes visible. This is probably the most open floor plan spread of my bullet journal to date. I decided for the first full week or weeks of January, I would do an homage to the game and make the opening control room scene. So I just have a checkered floor where I'm going to write the days of the week and notes that I need to keep. I have the jump chairs that are on the border of the page with the numbers of the days on the top and the bottom, and a little detail to show seatbelts, because it's important to always wear your seatbelt even if you're in space. In the notes section, I needed to add some of these cute little guys, so I showed them in different poses and different colors that appear in the game. Then, working with my watercolors, I toned down the page with some gray and light brown features. Working on my third and fourth full week of January bullet journal spread, I decided to copy another scene in the game. This is the cafeteria. And I like the idea of copying the cafeteria. Being a teacher, I've seen these desks or tables many times before. They get folded in half and put away during the times that we need the cafeteria clear. And then they can unfold and be tables again. So adding the seating, which is in 4 parts, I decided to write the name of the day of the week and the number in words and cursive. And then on the bottom half, that is a second date. I realized that my 6 circles would not be enough, divided by 2, for 2 weeks, so I needed to add 2 tables later on. When writing out your calendar, you want to have a reference document in front of you to make sure you don't make any mistakes. Where you see the lighter white is where I had to paint over and rewrite because I forgot about Sunday, even though I wrote the number correctly. This mistake happens one more time. See if you can spot it. You'll notice my hands going in front of the camera a bunch of times. This is because I wanted to test the colors that I'm using. It's a good technique to have some scrap paper close at hand and to test various colors to make sure you're getting the right hue for what you want. For the final day of my January bullet journal setup, I only wanted to do that day and not the first week or so of February. So I drew the scene from the outside of where the Among Us characters live and its road leading up to it with some details. Then, for additional notes, because I did not have any space in my last bullet journal page spread, I've lit a large section open on that page, and that can be used for those 2 full weeks and 1 day. Then I'm just adding some of the characters and a computer, because notes there are on old-fashioned looking computers with the floppy disk drive. I'm obsessed with using paints to color the background area. Watercolor spreads nicely and gives a very space vibe look to it. In the game, this area was in a purple background. So I'm adding a little bit of galaxy blue just to make it a little different and smudging it with a towel. I'm proud that I wrote the word notes in binary. On the following page, I added my habit trackers. This I gave myself a little vacation from in December, but thought it would be a great idea to do in the new year, as it will help me with my New Year's resolutions, tracking my progress. I used 2 different fonts for the words habit trackers. The first letters are in monster font, which looks like slashes from a claw, and the other is KB Googly Eyes, which looks like googly eyes or monster eyes, just to keep an eye on what I'm working on. On the upper left-hand corner, I wrote Captain's Log. That will be when I write in my diary. On the upper right-hand side, I have AM and PM toothbrushing. And when I drew the tooth, I noticed it looked like one of our characters. So I added his upper section separated, just like in the game. On the bottom left, I have calisthenics, or my workout routine. In the middle left, I'm drawing some blank spaces without dates. This will be for my anxiety pill taking. And on the bottom right, I have a larger section for my water intake. I drew an energy drink, but I meant water only. Continuing with the same watercolors on this page just makes it look like a cohesive bullet journal spread and not just one page and then a completely separate page. While waiting for the other side to dry from the watercolor, I decided to do a hospitality tracker, or like we are guests in the Among Us location, what would they do if we were staying there? Would we be thankful? So I'm numbering out the 31 days of October and then moving back to my old page for my mood meter. Once again, using the same two fonts for both words. The mood meter reference photo is taken from @PoJournals on Instagram, and I loved their spread for their mood meter, but I did change things up, and I believe I needed to add one extra Among Us character for the month. In the game, the cafeteria tables are a shade of blue, and the floor pattern is a checkerboard pattern that's a little different with grays and tans. I really liked this pattern, so I tried to recreate it. I think drawing the lines was a bit much because I have the dots in my bullet journal to use as a guide. It may not be the same direction as the ones in the game, diagonal, but I think that it came out pretty well when I changed the method that I was using. I found my old mood meter setup to be very useful to me, so I'm continuing using the 4 characters. 1 for happy, 2 for okay, 3 for sad, 4 for depressed, and the 5th one for tired. As my final bullet journal spread for January of 2021, I decided to create a brain dump page. I've heard of them being very useful, and it will help me work on my New Year's resolution of avoiding persistent thoughts. But I didn't really tie in the Among Us theme to this page. Missed opportunity. final January bullet journal page with the cover, the first 2 weeks spread with the control room, the second 2 week spread with my cafeteria tables, and yes, there's another mistake there that I fixed, and the final day with the outside area and the binary notes, my habit trackers with how to use them as well. It's good to have keys for yourself. My mood meter with all those cute characters and the tracker of what color means what. The hospitality tracker or thankfulness tracker. And the final page, the brain dump. Please give me a like if you liked it, and try it out sometime, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks!